Let's get into the Football Manager save, and I'll take you there right now. As you can see, we have just been hired by Manchester United. Pretty impressive, to be honest. And yeah, we are here, Manchester United. Let's get into it. We are in the Champions League this season, which is really good because it's just like in real life. Because, of course, if you do it in Football Manager when you're in the first season, you of course are in the Europa League. But this time we are in the Champions League without Wout Weghorst, without Marcel Sabitzer. So we're going to have to be making smart signings. We're into the 31st of July, and we've got to be looking at contracts. All the ones expiring in 2023 are in 2024. And need to be looking at extending them maybe, and definitely someone like David De Gea, the future on whether to keep him or not, because there's some rumours linking him with Saudi Arabia constantly, so maybe it's time to see him go. Dean Henderson, another one that's going to be back here on loan. He's been talking quite poorly about Man United lately. He said it in an interview at Nottingham Forest, so I'm not going to be keeping him here at the club. Same for Alex Telles, who I'm not going to be entering contract negotiations with, and he's offered for transfers already. Phil Jones, another one whose contract has expired already, so we're going to mutually... He's unwilling to terminate. Wow. We use the in-game editor just because it's happened in real life. I have got it, but I'm not going to be using it for stuff like that, just for realism's sakes. Twanzevi's going to leave as well. Bernard also left us. Bailly's another one that I want to get out the club. Martial, not that happy with him. I know that Dalot actually extended his contract, so we'll do that right now. Van der Beek, another one I don't want at the club. But yeah, of course, we look at the Premier League, and we came in third, which is an absolutely brilliant thing for Manchester United. 23 wins, 9 losses, which is not that bad. And look at that. All away apart from one. Look at that. That just shows you Manchester United for you. We scored 58 goals, which is really, really good. And look at that. 5 goals against Chelsea. 5 goals we scored against Manchester City. But we let in 8 goals and 7 against Manchester City and Liverpool. We won't talk about that, shall we? But yeah, let's look at the best tactic. I'm going to stick closely with Eric Ten Hag's ideas. That's why it's on the thumbnail. And we're going to be using the Eric Goat Hag tactic. Shout out for Josh Daly on YouTube. Go check him out. He made this brilliant tactic. And as you can see, this is what it's going to be looking like. Anthony and Rashford. Martial up top. We have £14 million to spend to try and get a striker in. Evanilson, again, not going to be able to afford these players. So we're going to have to be lenient with offers. As we have 14 million. So maybe instalments is going to be the way to go about this. So instalments, 12 months, 3 instalments. And if he's 28 million, maybe we'll put 25 million in instalments and just pay 5 million up front. Yep, that's been accepted. That's perfect, because then we can pay it off, which I think is smart for myself and what Chelsea have been doing in real life. So we can do the contract. Don't like to do these staff meetings because they're a waste of time. Of course, you're here to watch the games. So that's what we're going to be getting into. We've got the Community Shield against Man City because, of course, they won the league and the FA Cup. So it goes to the runners-up of the FA Cup. Luke Shaw wants to discuss exploring. Wow, I didn't expect that from Luke Shaw, saying that he wants to consider his options. That means that we're going to have to get rid of him this summer. I can't believe that from Luke Shaw, to be honest. That's not what I'd expect from him. But look at that, we're going to have to accept those offers, which I'm really not happy about that, to be honest, because I was looking forward to using Luke Shaw, and I'm disappointed that he just decided to leave like that. Mengi, of course, he's going to be going. Fernandez, another one that, I mean, he had a good time at Preston, but he's going to be going to League One. Wednesday. Of course, in the game, didn't win the playoffs. Bennett can go to Doncaster. Mainu can go on loan. There's a lot of loanees that we could get rid of, but I think we need to do this for game time. Robbie Savage's son can take another step out on loan, and so can Radat Vitek. So we have the Community Shield, which I'm so excited about because it's a chance to show Manchester City who's boss, whether we are ready to beat the likes of Manchester City or we still need to progress and improve before we want to be looking to beat Manchester City's and Liverpool's and that. We also have Fulham in the coming days as well, that's our first Premier League game. It's at home, and then we have Tottenham and Brighton away from home and Forest at home. We might be able to squeeze them into one episode, but I don't think we will. I think we'll play City, Fulham and Tottenham. Wary of time, we've only got about 20 minutes left of this live stream. Loan offer for sure. Tyree will let him move on because he was on loan at Bolton last year and he did an alright job. But look at that friendly. We've beaten Bayern Munich 2-1, so it's not like we're a bad team. Rashford and Martial scoring there. We can win these games. It's just whether we have the players like Rashford and Martial on their game every single time. Gonzalo Ramos coming in as well will be competition for Martial, definitely. But yeah, we're going to be going to Wembley and we're going to be facing Manchester City with Gonzalo Ramos in this game. So the Community Shield. The first time Football Manager, I'm going to be honest, this year I've played and managed in the Community Shield, so it's going to be interesting. But let's get into the Community Shield. But look how negative our fans and board are, and that's definitely not true in real life. They're expecting defeat. But to be honest, in real life, these fans would be confident, and I want to see that with the fans here. But Wembley's where we're going, and Wembley's where we've got to win. It doesn't not matter how many goals we score or let in, we have to be the better side on the day, and then maybe we can win the trophy. So Ramos is starting with Anthony, Rashford the lineup, then De Gea in goal, Dalot, Varane, Martinez and Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno, and then Anthony, Rashford and Ramos. We have Garnacho on the bench who can make a real difference when he comes on. Same for Anthony Martial and Jadon Sancho. We had to leave out the likes of Pellistri, McTominay, Malacia, but it's all for the cause of the Community Shield. Ramos is going to be getting number 11 this season. Let's get into it. Manchester City's lineup is out right now, and we'll go through it in just a minute. So here we go, the City lineup in goal is Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Cancelo, the back four, Rodri, Silva and De Bruyne in midfield, and it's Mahrez, Foden, Erling Haaland up front. So let's get the settings right. It's going to be the key highlights. Can make it a bit faster. So City get us going in under the Wembley Arch for the first game of the season. João Cancelo on the ball, and he's stayed at City. There was rumours of him leaving as Fernandes wins the ball back. Casemiro, Eriksen, lovely ball. Rashford. Here's Rashford to Kyle Walker. Mahrez. Rashford wins it back. Anthony, Rashford! First chance of the game after 40 seconds, and I will take that from Marcus Rashford, and that is a good start to proceedings. Aymeric Laporte already in the book. We need Rashford to have a key season this year, but I want to see more players scoring. I don't want just to rely on Rashford like in real life. I know that Bruno's chipped in and Anthony and that, but I want to see at least 2 or 3 players getting 20 plus goals, maybe Martial, Rashford and Ramos. But here we go, Manchester City. Looks like they're going to be having a highlight here as Walker plays in Mahrez. Mahrez, can he cut it across? He can. Haaland, Foden. It's not what you want to see, is it? Poor defending from Martinez, I think it was in the end. But Phil Foden tucks Manchester City into a 1-0 lead after 23 minutes. Oh, De Bruyne is in. Oh, he's hit the bar. Got away with one there, but De Bruyne has it again. Cancelo, Rodri, and the highlight ends. They've only had a shot on target, Manchester City, 1 shot, so we aren't being outplayed and outclassed. It's just City have dominated the game. But Fernandes has won that off Diaz, but again, it's just heavy touches, and City just quick to pounce on the ball. As Mahrez, that's a lovely ball for Haaland, but Varane, that's an excellent interception. It goes back to David De Gea. Varane to Dalot, Eriksen, Fernandes, Anthony, here comes Anthony! Anthony! Oh, that should have gone in. I was waiting for the net to bulge, but it never did. Still 1-0 City. Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Good ball to Mahrez. This is looking worrying. Mahrez. Darlow can clear. Anthony picks it up on the edge of the box. Oh, what's he doing there? Penalty. Oh, Anthony. What is Anthony doing there? That's really, really poor from the Brazilian. I don't know what he's even doing back there. Varane dealt with it and Haaland makes it 2-0. And it's just poor, poor, poor from United there. And it's not good from Anthony. And Haaland's already got 16 goals. He's played about 3 friendlies and he's already got 16 goals. Of course he has. Erling Haaland in friendlies has scored 4. And then he must have got quite a few last season. Then Anthony's had a really poor game, and at half time it's 2-0, and we're going to have to change things up. I don't know what to do. I think we're going to bring on Alejandro Garnacho for Anthony, and we're going to bring on a bit of energy and a bit of passion. Let's see what we can do in this second half. I think we'll get Aaron Wan-Bissaka to warm up for maybe Diogo Dalot. Rashford's not looking fit enough to carry on, but sure, I'm going to be removing him from the pitch for maybe the last time in his Manchester United career, as City have another highlight, and it's Haaland, and it's 3-0. Lisandro Martinez is having a day to forget today. He's just been bullied at the back, Martinez, and that's definitely something I'm going to be reviewing for next season, because that's not what I want to see from my players. And I'm happy that we had this chance so that I can see the players that I'm going to be having to use. And to be honest, some of this lot I'm not going to be very excited to use, and I don't think they'll be at the club for much longer if they keep putting performances in like this. And I'm going to be making quite a few changes now. Some of the big players coming off, maybe with Van der Beek and Fred coming on. I just want to rotate everyone because we're out the Community Shield and Manchester City are going to win it. So it's not like we've got anything else we can do in this game. I just want to maybe get one more goal. I want to make it 3-1 just so that the fans can have something to cheer about, because we've had a bit of possession. We've had shots. We've just not got them on target, and that's what City have done that we haven't done. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes, the last player to exit the field. No, it's not, because we've run out of intervals. 4 minutes of added time. Well played, Manchester City, the Community Shield champions. We're going to skip that. I couldn't think of anything worse than to watch Manchester City lift the Community Shield. That one kind of hurt, I guess. I'm not going to be happy after a performance like that. I'm gutted. I feel bad for the fans because I think they deserve more, and maybe in real life, Erik ten Hag and players would have done better, and I think we would have put up a real fight in real life, and it's just finding the right thing to do that we can make it like real life. Luke Shaw's left the club, so we've got £40 million to spend on a left back. Owen Wijndal is another option that we could bring in, and it's realistic as Erik ten Hag used to manage Ajax, and we're going to put £8.75 million on the table. We're also going to be having another look at some left backs. Thing is, there aren't that many good left backs they're out of our reach, value wise. So I don't think we'll be able to afford them. Maybe Kyle Walker-Peters isn't a bad shout. I just don't think he's top tier. He's not A tier that we need him to be. Tyrick Mitchell, he's English, he's homegrown. Maybe £27 million deal done. Happy with that, and I think we can get Tyrick Mitchell into the club. Let's start with the contract negotiations. Happy with that, yeah. And Mitchell's going to be coming in instead of Wijndal. I'm not going to do both of them, actually. And we'll take a look because, of course, when you join this game, it hasn't got the playoff final loaded. So Middlesbrough are going to be in the Premier League instead of Luton, as they beat. Doesn't say who they beat in the final, but yeah, Michael Carrick's men are going to be in the Premier League facing against us. So we're not going to be bringing in Owen Wijndal. And the captain, I am going to choose Bruno Fernandes for the captaincy and put Harry Maguire as vice-captain, I'd say. He's still vice-captain, it's just the fact that Bruno's going to be playing more than Maguire, and you can see if I wanted him to be the captain, I would have played him against City because they're big games. But obviously, it wasn't a big enough game for me to play him, which means that Bruno, who did play, is going to be captaining the side anyway because of Maguire's absences. So you might as well make him the official club captain for next season. So Mengi's also going to be going out on loan to Luton. Joe Hugill is going to be going out on loan to Morecambe, and Reece Bennett's going to be going out on loan to Doncaster. So then, Fulham coming up in a few days' time. Mainoo's got out on loan to Hull. It's good to see all these youngsters moving to smaller clubs in the EFL, sticking in England. And we can announce the signing of Tariq Mitchell to Manchester United. Let's register him up. And we'll also put in Ramos. There's Mitchell. There he is. He's homegrown, which is brilliant to see. Who's not registered? It's Mitchell's in registered already. Malacia, is he? Yeah, that's fine. That's the registration then for going forward next season. Shortyri's gone out on loan to Coventry, which is good because he was on loan at Bolton, so he's taking a step up to a League One higher up. So then let's do the press conference against Fulham. Positive, positive, positive. And I want to see a different Manchester United side that got walloped by very good Manchester City sides. First game of the season on Friday night was Chelsea-West Ham. And the score of that game was a 1-1 draw, which is good for West Ham. Not so good for Chelsea. So then I'm going to be choosing the team as I will be doing throughout the whole thing. So Luke Shaw, of course, is gone. I'm disappointed that he made that decision. I'm not going to be playing Anthony. I'm going to be bringing on Sancho to play right mid. And I'm also going to be starting Harry Maguire over Lica Martinez, just because I think Martinez had such a poor game against Manchester City, and I want to rotate the side a little bit, bring Maguire in for a bit of Premier League experience. Bruno's going to be captain the side, but Harry will be vice captain. So then, the Fulham team is looking okay. It's not as strong now. A few of their loanees have gone. That's not good. Sancho's had to go off after 3 minutes. So Anthony's already going to be coming on to make his Premier League debut, I guess, for Man United this season. Varane out to Mitchell. His debut for Manchester United's not gone too well, as he's just given the ball away to former United midfielder Andreas Pereira. But that's good from Ramos, who's making his Premier League debut to find Anthony. He goes back to Eriksen. Dalot. Ramos takes a touch. Casemiro is blocked. Pereira can clear. Eriksen. Mitchell. Fernandes. Ramos, he's offside. He's about a mile offside there. That's poor from Ramos. VAR are going to check it and all, but that's not going to count. 7 minutes in, and it's still going to be 0-0. The right hand goes up, and it's been disallowed. There we go. 7 minutes in. It's positive play, though, which I'm really happy about. We've got the ball forward, moving it quickly. We've had 62% of the ball, so we are creating chances. We just need to get a goal in the early stages. Mitchell with the ball in, looking for Ramos, and that was a decent ball in as well. Eriksen. Dalot. Diop clears. Casemiro wins ahead of Anthony. Dalot! Oh, just over. But we're getting the right backs, we're getting the full backs involved in this game, which I'm really impressed with. And we need a goal in this game. 18 minutes in, and it's still 0-0. We've had early chances, we've had the only chances of the game. 63% of the ball, and Fulham have had no shots whatsoever, but we've only had one shot on target ourselves with a goal disallowed. So, Berleno with the free kick, another offside. Anthony wins the header really, really well there. Ramos, he's got to release that quicker there to Dalot. He's in so much space again, but he actually finds a good ball to Anthony. Anthony looking for Rashford at the back post, but Tete can clear. Mitchell, Paulinho clears. Kenny Tete did actually score in real life against Man United, but they still lost 2-1. Leno claims it, and it could be a Fulham highlight here, because Leno claimed the ball. Is he going to go long? He is. This could be won back by Dalot, and it is. But it's given to Robinson. And here comes Fulham on the counter-attack, which I didn't expect to see, as it's still 0-0, 35 minutes into the game. Andreas Pereira. Paulinho! Brilliant save from David De Gea. Excellent from the Spaniard. That's why we've kept him in the team, because he can produce things like that. Pereira with the corner in. This is how it happened in real life with Tete scoring, but De Gea claims this time. And can United make a counter-attack? Not if Harry Maguire keeps walking like this, but yeah, nothing happens. Anthony, again, 6.3 match rate, not good enough. Harry Maguire's had a decent game. Mitchell's been good. De Gea's been good. But at half-time, it's still 0-0. And we have to get a goal because that would be 2 games in a row we have not scored. Look here, the positions there. We've been well up the pitch and Fulham been defensive. But they are doing well to stop us from scoring. As Wilson is a free kick, and you know how good he is at free kicks. And that one just dips over the bar. But they're dangerous and they're pushing for a goal here, Fulham. And it's not going to be an easy outing if we're going to keep playing like this. We need a goal, and that's got to come from someone. This is going to be a questionable decision, but Alejandro Garnacho is going to be coming on for a struggling Marcus Rashford. And Anthony, I can't really take him off because he's been subbed on, but we really need a goal here, and I don't know what we've got on the bench that can change the game. Garnacho, Casemiro, Mitchell. Garnacho is blocked. Anthony does well to keep that alive. Anthony off the bar. Tete clears it off the line. That's been the biggest chance of the game. We've only got about 15 minutes to go. We need a goal in this game. Robinson goes long for Paulinho. No one's marking in there. Casemiro should be on him. Cabano. Diop. Oh no, that's good from Mitchell. That's good. He's found Ramos. Oh, what a rubbish touch from Ramos. Fernandes wins it back. Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes! Fernandes! What a save from Leno! How has that not gone in? We've got to be scoring these. We've got to be taking these chances. This is so frustrating to watch. Eriksen. Maguire! Right, we're doing some changes. This is not good enough. Eriksen off, Anthony Martial on. We really need a goal, and we are pushing for we're doing everything in our powers to get a goal now. We need both of these players in the complete forwards on attack. Van de Beek on for Casemiro, and we're going to be making it ultra attacking now. We've got 15 minutes and we need a goal. We need to take 3 points on the opening day. It's a must for Manchester United. They're a big club and we need to be taking 3 points. We've had 14 shots. Fulham have had 2 shots and it's still 0-0. Leno's had an excellent game, but Bruno should have taken his chance early on, and it means that we're grinding in the last few minutes to try and get a goal when this game should be done and dusted by the first 10-15 minutes. Garnacho puts a ball in and Diop can clear, and Fernandes is poor to that ball, and maybe Fulham can counter-attack and get a goal here because it's not looking good from Dallow's positioning, and it moves Varane full, but Fernandes, that's good tackling, and that's good from Van de Beek to get it out to Garnacho. It's a lovely ball to Anthony from Garnacho. Anthony, what can he do? Puts it into the box. Ramos! Ramos! Finally! Manchester United have broken the deadlock in this game. It's taken us 83 minutes, but Gonçalo Ramos has made it Manchester United 1, Fulham 0, and we can all take a sigh of relief and breathe because that's going to be the 3 points in the bag. Martial's had to come off injured, so we're going to have to be playing with 10 men for the final 4 or 5 minutes. If we've got 6 minutes of added time, and it's not going quickly, I think there might be another highlight in this. Never mind, full time. We got the 3 points, we got the clean sheet, and it's a debutant Gonçalo Ramos with the goal. We were good in that game, but it's frustrating that Jadon Sancho and Anthony Martial had to come off injured in that game. I'm frustrated because Sancho's out for 3 to 4 weeks with a kneecap injury. Martial's fine, and there's a transfer offer. Fernandes can go. So next episode we have Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton and Nottingham Forest. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next episode, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, and I'll see you guys soon.